There was no mention of the collapse of WTC 7. Later, we were told that collapse, which looked exactly like a controlled demolition causing absolute free fall, was because of random office fires. The first real engineering investigation into the collapse of those three buildings was the Building Performance Report by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, and the American Society of Civil Engineers, or ASCE. The ASCE basically wrote the book for structural design. So if anyone could solve how those buildings fell, it's the American Society of Civil Engineers. The final report determined there were truss failures, causing a floor-by-floor pancake collapse. This was different than the crush-down, crush-up pile driver style of collapse described in the ASCE rapid communication. Okay, they now said it's a pancake and not a pile driver collapse. Still, there was that nagging lack of evidence of all those pancake floors. But then they said, with the information and time available, the sequence of events leading to the collapse of each tower could not be definitively determined. It turned out, when all was said and done, FEMA and the American Society of Civil Engineers couldn't even figure out the sequence of events that led to the collapse, let alone the actual collapse process itself. Out of all those engineering experts, none of them could determine how the towers collapsed. So the collapse of those twin towers remained a mystery. There were so many lingering questions that finally, about a year after 9/11, Congress tasked the National Institute of Standards and Technology, or NIST, to determine why and how WTC-1 and WTC-2 collapsed following the initial impacts of the aircraft. NIST is one of the top scientific agencies in the country, if not the world, with hundreds of experts in various fields of science. This was, by far, the most comprehensive study to date by some 200 technical experts, including about 85 career NIST experts and 125 leading experts from the private sector and academia. If anyone could figure out how those towers collapsed, it would be all those experts on the NIST team. The final report, which contained over 10,000 pages, was issued in October of 2005. The focus of the investigation was on the sequence of events from the instant of aircraft impact to the initiation of collapse for each tower. This sequence is referred to as the probable collapse sequence, although it includes little analysis of the structural behavior of the tower after the condition for collapse initiation were reached and collapse became inevitable. In other words, the most